This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Everywhere you turn, it's the same old sports talk, the same headlines, the same news, and the same boring information. This podcast is here to change all of that. We bring you hot sports takes, winning sports betting strategy and picks, reliable gaming industry news, and breaking interviews with some of the biggest names in sports business. My name is Ryan Newpel, and welcome to the Noop Sports Show.
I'm Rodney Newpel from NoopSports.com. That's KNUPSports.com, and this is your Lit Fire Sports podcast. After last night's 12-inning game between the Milwaukee Brewers and Los Angeles Dodgers, had me thinking, is there a more dominant pitcher in Major League Baseball in the modern-day history of Major League Baseball than Clayton Kershaw? 14 strikeouts last night, just one shy of his career high. He only needed 277 games to get to 2,000 strikeouts, which is the second fastest behind Randy Johnson. And had me looking at some numbers of Clayton Kershaw and Randy Johnson. Of course, another name you think of is Roger Clemens, who retired in 2017. But Clayton Kershaw, 133 and 62. Now, of course, he has missed some time. Of course, last year with just 21 starts. Most of the seasons he's been Major League Baseball, 30-plus starts. So he's getting the starts in, back in the Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson era. There was oftentimes Roger Clemens would get 35 starts. In fact, Randy Johnson, 35 starts. 5 out of 6 seasons. So Clayton Kershaw's not getting as many starts, but Clayton Kershaw's ERA numbers, 2.28 in 2011, 2.53 in 2012, 1.83 in 2013, 1.77 in 2014, and he's 7-2 this year with a 2.37 ERA. This is just his 10th year in Major League Baseball. If you stack that up with Roger Clemens, who pitched 24 seasons, won 354 games. So Clayton Kershaw's got a long way to go to catch Roger Clemens in wins. In fact, in this day and age in Major League Baseball, I'm not so sure it'll be done. Randy Johnson finished with 303 wins for a 646 win percentage. Roger Clemens, 658. Clayton Kershaw's ahead of both of those guys at a 682 clip for Clayton Kershaw. Again, career ERA, Clayton Kershaw, 2.37, which is well below Roger Clemens' 3.12 and well below Randy Johnson's 3.29. Now, you talk about strikeouts as kind of the dominant force of being a starting pitcher. Now, it's hard to go against Clemens and Randy Johnson's here. Roger Clemens finished 125 strikeouts shy of 5,000 for his career. Now, again, that's 22 seasons in Major League Baseball. That's Randy Johnson. Roger Clemens, on the other side, 4,672 strikeouts in 24 seasons. 5 times he led Major League Baseball in strikeouts. Randy Johnson led Major League Baseball in strikeouts 9 times, including 2 stretches of 4 years in a row. Clayton Kershaw, on the other side, kind of the modern-day Roger Clemens, the modern-day Randy Johnson, has finished first in strikeouts 3 times, including his 2015 masterpiece where he struck out 301 batters, which is well more than Roger Clemens had in a single season. 292 was his highest. Randy Johnson, I don't know if you guys remember how dominant Randy Johnson was. 308 strikeouts in a season, and then moving down, 2001, he had 372 strikeouts. So the dominant force of strikeouts probably going to go towards Randy Johnson. I'm not so sure Clayton Kershaw can catch that. Clayton Kershaw obviously reached 2,000 this season in his 10th season. Pitch another 10, 12 years, and maybe we're looking at 4,000 plus, but I don't think Clayton Kershaw is going to quite reach that. But just overall, untouchability, Clayton Kershaw is the new modern-day Randy Johnson, is the modern-day Roger Clemens. You could look at kind of Roger Clemens stretch from mid-'80s all the way, we could span that all the way till around 2000. Keep in mind, 2001, he was 20-3 with a 3.51. So that was kind of the era of Roger Clemens. Randy Johnson was kind of in that same era. Randy Johnson's big run really started in the early 90s. Let's say 1993, where he was 19-8 with a 3.24. But it went all the way until roughly the 2006 season. Now, his ERA was pretty high in 2006, but he did pick up 17 wins. So he had a long stretch as well. Clayton Kershaw, 12-4 last year, 1.69 ERA. Now, of course, he was limited with missed 12 starts with a couple injuries, but 33 starts in 2015, and right now this season, 76 innings coming into last night's game, just giving up 62 hits. So I just wanted to kind of touch on Clayton Kershaw, and we've talked about Roger Clemens, we talk about Randy Johnson. Well, Clayton Kershaw is that guy of this era, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He is by far the most dominant pitcher in Major League Baseball. That's my point for today.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Noob Sports Show. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider subscribing to our iTunes channel today. Plus, visit us at noobsports.com for more picks, previews, strategy, and news. That's KNUPsports.com.